Tomatoes, with their vibrant natural color and fresh, flavorful taste, provide unparalleled recipe versatility that extends across every menu and are an essential ingredient of sauces and toppings for pizza, pasta, and more. While tomatoes are grown all over the world, Performance Foodservice carefully sources tomatoes from growing regions which produce the finest tasting tomatoes on the planet. These include California, the nation's #1 producer, the Midwest U.S., primarily in the states of Indiana and Iowa, and of course, the Naples region of Italy, known for its rich volcanic soil. We offer our customers more than 100 unique canned, bagged, frozen, and cup packaged tomato products, led by our legendary brands. Every product is made from perfectly ripened tomatoes to meet our customers' expectations for integrity, yield, taste, and performance. Today, we look closer at some of these products that truly elevate pizza and Italian dishes to acclaimed status.
Hi, I'm Chef Lonnie Varesco, the corporate chef at Performance Foodservice. I'm really excited today because I'm joined by a good friend of mine, Giulio Benetti, which is kind of like the knowledge center for Italian foods at Performance.
Yes, Lonnie, thank you for having me here today. Again, Giulio Benetti, Senior Director of the Performance Brands, and we're going to show you some product today, Lonnie,
What I'm excited about, first thing you should notice is obviously, look at all the unbelievable variety of Italian products we have to offer in the tomato line, right? Kind of fits anybody's needs and stuff like that, Jules.
Yes, we offer, between our brands and our product offering, it's endless.
And the one we're going to focus on right now is Piancone, right here. And that's really our premier, right?
Yes, it's our founder's last name, and it drives the highest quality. That was the standard that he taught us working for him.
And look, when you think of highest quality, what we want to do here today, Giulio and I, is give you some really good talking points to build the confidence you want and need to make that transition of sales to the customer. And when I look at quality, right, I'm looking at these unbelievable, beautiful tomatoes sitting in this pan. They're just gorgeous.
Yes, from the way we process them, to the medium they're sitting in, to the ingredients, all super premium. We feel that they're the best product out there. It's a new pack for us this year, so it's going to be interesting to get it out to the field.
And I can see they're all peeled, right? And I'm even seeing fresh basil here and stuff like that.
Yes, you might see 2 pieces, Lonnie. So we try to hit 1 or 2 pieces, and they're hand placed in the can.
There you go, hand placed, right.
Placed in each can to make sure they get the right basil in there.
So when I'm looking at it peeled, is there a certain process that we use with this?
Yes, these are 100% steam peeled, which means just an all-natural process. No chemicals added, just through the machine and peel, and little machine that scrapes the skin off.
And all natural, that's a big deal. It's a big selling point for a lot of customers out there right now.
It seems to be growing. Customers are reading ingredient statements, and that's one thing that's pretty interesting about this product. Tomato, tomato puree, a sea salt,
which is
and
unbelievable.
that's it.
Yeah, you can't get simpler than that. 3, 4 ingredients in a can.
Less is more.
Less is more because the quality of the product, right? And these are coming, I think, out of the California area. Is that right?
Yes, the San Joaquin Valley. They're grown in California. They like the sunshine. They like that weather, and the soil will also drive that nice sweet flavor.
Yeah, and that's what I noticed when I tasted these. It's like that natural sugar taste. So you think a lot of people will add sugar at the end when they're cooking. This is almost like pulling that tomato right off the vine, taking a bite out of it, that natural flavor. And as a chef, I'm thrilled about that.
Correct. It's, if you do add sugar to your sauce, Lonnie, I've been telling the reps and telling some of the customers, please add that at the end. Taste it once you've blended all your ingredients. You can always add sugar. We can't take it out.
All right, so Giulio, I've been cooking for 30 years, and God knows I've seen tons of tomatoes, so have a lot of the chefs out there. They're our customers as well. And one of the things you'll always find when a new chef comes into a restaurant, or when they're just trying to change the dynamics, sometimes they're looking for a change in flavor, right? The foundation of the product. And somebody might want less of a, I guess, like an acidy bite or taste to it. How does this tomato work with that?
What's great about that, and yes, some people point that out, is we do not add any additional citric acid or any calcium chloride. So it's all going to be a tomato flavor and give them that clean base to modify their recipe or their sauce or flavor profile to meet their customers' needs.
Yeah, I mean, I think the key there is always having that conversation with the customer, right? Because again, some people change menus, a new chef comes in. This is one of those products that kind of fits that need. If you want somebody with lower acid type take, more of the natural acid of the tomato, right? That's what you're going to get here.
Yes, 100%.
Okay. And a cool thing I noticed is the pan that we're using, right? So when we're going into a customer, there's a reason to use a shallow pan like this, right?
Yes, we want to see the fruit, see how it's peeled, see the amount of skins, if there are any, there could be, and then overall look at the uniform size, because that uniform size will affect the way they cook.
Absolutely. And the other thing I noticed, it's not juice, right? It's like a puree.
Yes, it's a plum tomato in puree, and the puree will drive yield and give us more volume and not cook away in that cook down process.
Yeah, when I think of volume, right, as a chef, I'm thinking I have 100% usable product. I don't have to worry about water evaporation. I got better food cost control, better consistency and flavor, right? And you're helping me with my profit in my restaurant too.
Yeah, it'll drive that. You won't see it shrink in the pot. It won't go down.
And utilization-wise, I mean, I'm looking at it, I think obviously, hey, phenomenal sauce on a pizza, right? And what's some other applications?
Marinara sauce, pasta sauce, of course pizza sauce, any place, soups. I mean, you can make a nice fresh tomato soup possibly because of that cleanliness, and it's a good medium for customers to do multiple uses.
Yeah, and with it being all natural, it really gives you, again, that just great starting foundation of flavor to put a consistent quality product out for your customer on the table to satisfy their customers' needs and their palates as well.
Correct, and it drives that. It's phenomenal. I mean, we're really happy to launch that this year.
Yeah, and I think one of the things to look at here, you can see the beauty of the product. We've certainly talked to you about a lot of the key points. We want to make sure when you go out there, be confident in this brand. Be confident in Piancone, knowing it's one of our top tier brands. All the work and effort that went into play to make this product amazing right when it comes out of the can, you are sure to satisfy any customer that you show this to. So when we think about authentic, we look at our brand, Piancone Epicurea, and that really is the top, right? The top of the top.
Yes, it was a design to step it up. We had a regular Piancone, then we wanted to go to that next level because we saw the customers were looking for higher products.
And we think of next level, how much next level can you get other than imported product?
Well, this takes it, Lonnie, like you said, to that next level. We even went to organic now. So not only being sourced from Italy, whole peeled, pear tomatoes with basil, they're actually certified organic.
Yeah, that's amazing. And organic is such a big deal to consumers right now, and obviously those are the customers of our customers, right?
It seems like it's a growing trend, I guess, is that the word, to look for that organic or cleaner products.
So let's talk about the imported product, right? When we say we've got this product coming from Italy, what do we do as a company? How do we get that relationship going?
We actually visit our manufacturers in Europe. We make a tour and go to the factories and certify and look at the crop and decide. And not only are we checking samples, we're looking at the field, we're watching the way they process. We want to make sure that, we have a great partnership. We want to make sure we solidify that and be there and show the vendors that we care about our ingredients.
Well, what you showed is it's not just that. You care about what's showing up to the customer's door, right? You're making sure that that starting point has got the highest standards possible. That's what we're doing at Performance Foodservice. We've got those solid relationships in Italy, right? So when this product is open right here, it's absolutely beautiful. It's uniform and it's consistent.
Yeah, we look for that because every year we have to make sure it's right because we see our customers, we have the same customers, and they want to see that consistency in our brand.
And so we think about flavor, right? We use that word organic, which we understand what that is. What about the flavor of these tomatoes?
These will have a slightly different flavor than maybe a California product because of the soil that they're grown in. Soil will drive the flavor, like I always say, Mount Vesuvius. That's the acidic, higher volcanic ash in the soil. So that's going to be the main difference, would be that flavor or that little bite of product.
Sweet, but maybe not as sweet as a California tomato, right? Yes, a little bit more maybe earthy tone, a little bit more natural acidity is going to be in this tomato as well, right?
And customers like that. Authentic Italian cooking could want that. And what's great is we can offer both.
Yeah, I think if you have that customer out there that A, wants organic and understands what that means from certainly a marketing aspect to their customer base, is really into making sure that they have, I guess, the most naturally Italian product that there is out there, right? With it. And just have consistent quality, right? Consistency is such a huge deal in restaurants. When that can's open, it doesn't matter which one you grab, to see the uniformity and the shape of these tomatoes, the beautiful color that's here, even the thickness of the puree that's there, and that consistency with that relationship that you guys have developed in Italy with our purveyors.
Yep, we order it that way because that's what our customers want.
So look, Piancone Epicurea, this is what you want to lead with when you have a discerning customer. You sell this product with confidence because it is organic, it's imported, we've done all the hard work to make sure that the quality of the product will be consistent with every single case that arrives at your customer's door. It looks like we've got really just a super winner in the Luigi all-in-one tomatoes, right? And talk to me a little bit about these tomatoes.
Lonnie, this product is probably our most sold item into the market because of its versatility.
Yeah.
The ground tomato has so many multiples of uses that every customer can use. And it's a ground tomato in puree and salt.
And this has been a go-to for like 40 years, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, I've been here 30, and it was here, I was picking the order when I started. So yes, it's been a long time.
So when you think about consistency and quality, something wouldn't be around for 4 decades if it wasn't a winner, if customers didn't fall in love with it. And they're falling in love with it because of the taste of the product and the consistency of it, right?
Yes, and a few things we've done this year is we've updated our labels, we've added that no added citric acid. Yeah. It's always had no citric acid, but we decided to put it on the can, and so our guests and our customers know that we're consistent, and they bring that premium item.
Hey, look, a lot of chefs that you're going to work with, they may not want the citric acid in the tomato. There's nothing wrong with it, having it there, but some people, for their taste, right, or what they're trying to create, they just want the natural acidity from the tomato, and Luigi provides that.
Yes, it's a flavor profile. And when we are doing our demonstrations with our customers, and we are in front of them, we should always taste our product first, Lonnie. Yeah. That's what, once you have the citric, it's hard to not remember it. But when you try something without it, and then you taste something with it, you will really pick up that difference.
Right. So Julia, one of the things I love when I'm looking at this product, and as I'm picking it up, is just the consistency, right? There's a lot of tomato meat in this, which is amazing.
Yes, those chunks and that product really drives that, and it's got a little bit of puree to drive a little bit of sweetness.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just, I can't get over it. It's not all liquid, right? And that's what you'd see with some stuff that's out there. So this has really given me a great yield, good consistency and flavor as well. Another thing that we really want to impress on, and we were talking about 40 years of successful sales with this Luigi product. One of the real key factors is how distinct this can is, right?
Yes, that yellow and blue is a heritage brand that's been driving a lot of the customers reordering because they see it all the time, and they like that.
Well, they do. And I mean, even the likeness of Mr. Piancone right on the label, right, which is kind of where the name Luigi or Lou, right, comes from.
Lou in Italian, yes.
Yeah, exactly. And when you see this, and you're going to see this in a lot of great Italian houses coast to coast, you really know how, I guess, consistent the product is, the quality of what's in the can, the palatable taste that's provided as well, right?
Correct. That sweetness and that natural and that no citric acid added is going to make that happen.
In this product, right, is kind of unique. It's our Piancone label, but I'm seeing a familiar flag on the can.
Yes, Lonnie, we travel to Italy and we actually go to the manufacturer and make sure. So this is a packed in product of Italy.
So when you go, say you go to the manufacturer, right, what are you doing at the manufacturer?
We're checking the fields, we're watching their process to make sure they're doing steam peeled, how they're putting the can, watching the sorting. There's ladies on the line, they're actually sorting out the product to make sure it's the right stuff for the cans.
So you're making sure that what's going in this can is consistent and quality driven, so when it shows up to the customer, they're confident in what they're getting.
We verify all that, yes.
Okay, and you haven't been doing this for a week or 2 weeks. It's been going on a little while, right?
I've been doing it 30 years. There's been people going to Italy longer than I have because it's a partnership and a relationship that performance brings to our customer.
Yeah, so but you're talking about decades of solid relationships with Performance Food Service and these growers and producers in Italy, right? So that's going to produce quality, consistency, and just phenomenal relationships, obviously.
They know what we want,
Yeah.
so they're tending their fields
Yeah.
to make sure that our quality is there.
And that's what you do want. And I'm looking at these tomatoes. I mean, I see, looks like a little basil's floating around in here too.
Yes,
right?
there's actually a young lady on the line placing basil.
Placing basil each can, and they're peeled. These are pear tomatoes, right?
Yes, these are a whole peeled pear tomato and a light puree, heavy juice, and again, steam peeled, like all tomatoes should be, especially in Europe, all tomatoes will be steam peeled.
And you were telling me the mineral content in the soil adds like almost like natural sugar, right? To it, a little sweeter taste to them. Is that correct?
I feel it's a little acidic because of that Mount Vesuvius area, because it is from that San Marzano region, Naples area. That acidity in the soil will change the flavor a little bit, based off of a California product.
It may not be as sweet as California.
Correct.
It's got some natural sugar, but the acidity, you mentioned Naples, right? So a lot of this product's coming from that. That's a really famous area.
Yes, it's one of those growing regions that are known, that San Marzano area is known for their high quality tomatoes.
So when we think of Naples, obviously, right, pizza sauce would come into mind, right? Because we think of the birthplace, right, of that going on. And then other applications, I mean, we could think of red sauces, soups, and stews, and marinaras with it. What I love about this product is, you know, if you're going into a customer and they're looking for, I guess, a consistent product that's known out in the industry, this is really one of our top sellers under the Piancone brand, what you were telling me.
Yes, because of that consistency and single sourcing. So Piancone product will be single source, so consistency and quality throughout the supply chain.
That's phenomenal.
Yes.
So this is a product that when you walk in, you know it's a winner, right? Because people have been buying it for decades, right? And that relationship that Julia is talking about with Performance Food Service and those growers and the San Marzano region of Naples, and the consistency that's there, this should give you the confidence you need to show this product, to bring that customer on board, to really, I guess, increase the quality of the product and their taste overall, right?
If we present the can, open it, we have a high probability of winning that demonstration.
That's fantastic, Julia. Tell me a little bit about this tomato, Julia.
So what this product is, Lonnie, is we're peeling the tomato, then we cut it in strips, and we add a little puree to it.
So when I'm looking at it, I mean, when you're saying the strips and everything, I mean, it is loaded with tomatoes. I mean, I know there's puree in there, I get all that, but I mean, these nice big pieces, and they're beautiful pieces of tomato. It's not like little bitty strips and big ones. It's pretty uniform in size, too.
Yes, they actually hold their shape because of the way we're processing, again, with no added calcium chloride or citric acid. The way the product is cooked and then packed, we're able to make sure you actually have a usable piece of fruit.
Right, and you get just the natural acid flavor that's natural to the tomato. And this is out of California, I think.
Yes, yeah, it's California grown, San Joaquin Valley. And, you know, that freshness and, you know, just that nice, beautiful, you see the bright red that comes out of that?
Yeah, the color's beautiful. I know you was talking about the mineral content in the soil kind of gives like natural sugar increase, right? It's sweeter tomato base.
Yeah, that mix of sand and topsoil makes that seed grow with a specific flavor that's unique to California.
And I tell you, when I was looking at this, like I'm gonna do it again because I really just love the way these look. But I'm thinking like, how amazing would this be on a margarita pizza?
You wouldn't have to use any fresh tomato on, but you can just pluck them out, put them on the sauce, and put them right on the pizza and use it as a ready to go.
When you say fresh, I mean, this is a fresh tomato, right? It's out, and what other thing is, when you think of fresh tomato, are they ripe? Are they not ripe, right? This is consistent in flavor, consistent in color all the time. And as a chef, you know, if I want to put out that great margarita pizza, I want every single bite year round to be the same taste, right? That's what brings my customers in, keeps them loyal, and gets them excited to bring other people in to try my product, right?
Even I've seen people use it as a quick marinara sauce right on the stove. You can go right into the saucepan and it's ready to go.
So you got a lot of diversity here. I think our key points again, it's a California grown product, so that mineral content means a lot more sweetness in the tomato. There's no citric acid, just the natural kind of citric taste that tomato is going to give off as well. Beautiful uniformity in color. big yield, right? A lot of meat in the pan and stuff as well with it.
A lot of usable fruit, 100%. There's no waste from cutting or anything like that. And one other item, we put a little sea salt in there.
I like the sea salt, right? Brings out the natural flavor. Salt's a natural enhancer, right? Makes the tomato taste more like a tomato, right, on your palate. So I think when you look at this Piancone brand, right, we're thinking a good quality product, consistent product, and that has a lot to do with all the relationships we have with growers, obviously, as well.
Yes, consistency in the supply chain and consistent suppliers per brand. So yes.
So think about this tomato. I gave you a good hint, right? Anybody who wants to do a good quality margarita pizza and have it be a winner on their blog, this would be something to lead with. Julia was talking about great marinara sauces as well. But again, another amazing quality product Performance Food Service has that you can sell with confidence and bring those solutions to your customers. We're going to show you one of our other great Italian brands, which is Saludi, right? And it's really a good product.
Yes, Saludi is a heritage brand. It carries a lot of legacy.
Yeah.
So it does pop up in a lot of...
And this is a petite diced tomato, right, Julio?
Yes.
So when I'm looking at the tomato, I mean, I'm first of all, huge amount of yield, right? A lot of fruit and stuff that's in there. And they're firm as well, right? It's not going to, it looks like it's not going to break down too much if I cook with these.
Correct. Once they're sliced and cut into that specific shape, they do hold their form. So they're, while you're cooking, they will hold their shape and not break down and mash into the sauce.
And when I'm looking at it, when I'm cooking, I'm thinking of dishes. I mean, eggplant caponata comes to mind right away, where I want the texture of those whole tomatoes to be held up, even though I'm cooking the dish down. I mean, soups is what pops in my mind too. As a chef, if I'm looking for a certain type of offering to the customer, when I say offering, where I want the pieces of vegetables to say present, where they see it on the spoon, this would be the tomato I would choose for that.
It could be like a bruschetta.
Yeah, bruschetta would be great, right? A little bit of this with a little bit of EVA, unfiltered olive oil, right? And some fresh basil, maybe a little crumble of goat cheese over the top. That'd be delicious.
Then one other feature about this Saludi product is where it's grown.
Yeah.
This happens to be a Midwest product, so it's going to bring some different flavor profile.
Yeah, and what I've noticed is, you're right, and again, you know, we've talked a lot in some other segments about mineral content in the soil, and that really does affect flavor, right? Weather does, everything does. What regions do these things grow in? So in the Midwest, you're going to find a tomato that's got a little bit more higher level of natural acidity in it. I mean, it's hard to say, but a little milder tomato taste, meaning not quite as sweet. So it lends itself to flavors being added. It'll absorb those flavors, whatever herbs or spices you would want to use and stuff like that.
It'll blend well in those mixing items.
Yeah, it will. So I think, look, if you're looking for consistency in product, which this is going to give you. I mean, visually, you can see the consistency in the dice, firmness, won't break down when it's cooking. A great product in Saludi, another one of our leading brands at Performance Food Service. Those are the types of applications. And somebody who's looking for, again, a little milder flavor, a tomato that can pick up a lot of other ingredients well, meaning herbs and spices. A little bit more acidy taste to it, but natural acidy taste. This would be a great product to suggest to those customers. We're showcasing, again, Piancone, obviously one of our premier brands under our Italian labels, right?
Yes, it's been around a long time, and Piancone covers that extra special quality.
Yeah, and this is a California tomato, is that where it's grown?
Yes, grown in California, the San Joaquin Valley. Great sun, great soil, and great yield, great growing conditions.
Yeah, and naturally sweet because of that mineral content of the soil, so it kind of heightens the natural sugar content of the tomato itself. And I know this doesn't have any citric acid in it at all, right?
Yes, we don't add any additional citric acid, no calcium, and no sugar. So when you taste this product, you're going to see it's really super sweet.
Yeah, it's just like off the vine, basically, right? Just a perfectly ripened tomato. And this is a puree, right? It's sitting in a puree, and it's ground tomatoes, basically.
Right. This is a ground peeled product. So what that means is after we peel the product, then we'll grind it up. So no skins are in this product. So a nice fruit, nice clean product, and nothing to bring any additional flavors. And I think that skin brings maybe some different flavor.
Well, it does. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it. I mean, just the consistency is just beautiful, right? I mean, it's got a thickness to it already. Obviously, lots of sauce applications, be it pizza sauce, marinara, soup, stews, all that kind of good stuff. But with the skin being off, you're going to get a little bit more depth of a natural tomato flavor on your palate when you're preparing the product with it. The skin will obviously give a little bit other type of flavor profiles. This reminds me as a chef, thankfully I don't have to do that anymore, doing what's called a concassé tomato, which you take whole tomatoes, you got to blanch them in water, peel them, seed them, dice them, and then puree it. So this is all done, and the color's beautiful here.
And one great application, Lonnie, is I've seen people use this directly as a pizza sauce. Because it's so ready to go and will take on a flavor, salt, pepper, and you got a nice fresh sauce.
Yeah, I could see that's a really killer idea, Julia. So I think, look, if you're looking for somebody that's looking for a product like this, the ground tomato, and in the puree meaning you got a lot of usable product in the can, sweetness that's going to be there because it's grown in the California region. Again, that sweetness is coming from the minerals in the soil itself that's there. There's no citric acid, just that natural kind of acidy taste that the tomato is going to give off. And I love Julia's idea, right? Just right on top of the pizza with it, maybe a little bit of sea salt and some fresh ground pepper just to heighten the flavors that are there. You've got a really easy, usable product, something that any customer is going to fall in love with. I see we've got our premier Italian brand Piancone on the table here today. And this is a super heavy sauce, right?
Extra super heavy, super heavy. There's some words that are interchangeable. I don't want to get too technical on it, but there really is no standard that says what extra heavy and super heavy is. But this is our thickest pizza sauce that we have available.
And you can see, and one of the things I'm going to do here, we can see how thick it is, right? But if we drag this through, right, and then just leave it, look how that spoon stands. And not just that canal or trough, right, that's created, that's there, and it's not moving, right? So I'm looking at this and I think, okay, this is like a batch of just amazing tomatoes that's cooked down until almost all the water is totally evaporated, right?
We get a natural tomato solids, and that transforms into what we call bricks, B-R-I-X, and that are measurable amount that we can measure if we had what we call a refractometer. But with those bricks, when we look at that, that tells us how much moisture this sauce can take to make a from scratch pizza sauce to the end unit.
So let's think about that. I mean, Julie's using a lot of great technology, right? And this terminology, I should say as well, but technology involved with it. When you think of a brick, it really just means this. If I'm cooking with this product and I open one of these number 10 cans, I could yield out almost triple the amount of sauce by adding water or stock to it. What that means is I've got a lot of usable product, right? A lot of control over my food cost and profit and stuff as well because of what I can produce from this one can.
Correct.
Okay? Because of that concentrate.
Correct. And since it's natural and they're usable solids, Lonnie, the moisture stays into that product and doesn't weep out into your, again, moisture is that enemy of the dough. So we don't get that layer in there of a soggy dough.
And that means it absorbs the water, right? So even though it's absorbing, we already talked at the beginning how much intensity of tomato flavor, sweetness is in there, the natural acidity. And this doesn't have any citric acid in it. Again, it's a California product. Those minerals in the soil are going to add a lot of natural sweetness to it and just the normal citric content. So when water or stock is added to it, the brick, right? It's going to basically give you that perfect palatable balance of tomato flavor to create an unbelievably consistent, amazing sauce at your pizzeria.
And it does have a little hint of fresh basil.
Well, you can't lose with the basil, right? So think about this, right? Here's a product. It's cooked down, right? Totally. A lot of yield to the product because this one can could do almost 3 times that volume of sauce with stock or water to it. It's not going to separate because it will hold the water so you won't have weepage or dough sop out on you, and it's going to give just an amazing rich flavor. Now understand it's going to have a little sweetness, more so than some other regions because it's coming from California and the mineral content. There's no citric acid, just that natural flavor. So if you have that operator that's looking for a great value, right, of usable product and usable application of the product, this Piancone super heavy sauce is really the way to go. Today we're looking at a Roma. Looks like a extra heavy pizza sauce we're looking at today, huh?
Extra heavy pizza sauce, nice yield, nice extra volume for the customer.
Yeah, and I think, look, one of the things we want to think about when we think of this pizza sauce, you'll hear different things. Like, think of a ready-to-use pizza sauce. This is really not that, right?
Kind of like a make from scratch. So a customer would take this add his customized seasoning, and add a little water.
Right, and usually it's about 2 to 1, right?
Correct.
Two things of water or stock, whatever that might be, to this can. I want you to look at this product. So if we look at it, it's got a lot of thickness and body. You want to think about if we took bushels of tomato and slowly cooked that product down, or the water was evaporated out of it, we'd have this wonderful mass of just unbelievable tomato flavor, right? Which is what this puree is.
It's like you said, it's evaporated product to get to those nice tomato solids. Yeah. That's what we want to use here.
And look, I'm going to take the spoon. I just want to drag this just like this through here. I'm going to leave it. And you can really see, right, the density of the product itself, which is a good thing in this case. It leaves this great little canal. Nothing's moving here. And when we cook that down, this is a California product, right?
Correct.
So that means that minerals in that soil, a lot of more sugar content. I noticed we don't have any citric acid in the product.
We don't have to add any citric acid to this product. The only thing we do add is a little bit of salt, and you see in the specs, you see a little bit of fresh basil in there.
Yeah, and the salt's going to really bring out, salt's a seasoning, right? So it brings out natural flavors. And not having the citric acid means we'll have the naturally occurring acid in the tomato. So it's going to give, I guess, really that kind of a purity of taste to it. And when that chef at the pizzeria, at the restaurant themselves, adds stock, adds water to this, the 2 to 1 ratio we talked about, they get a great yield out of the product. They're going to add other flavorings and seasonings that kind of make it their own signature sauce, right?
That's what we want. We give them a nice clean canvas. Base that they can do what they want.
Well, I like that, right? A clean canvas, right? So part of that canvas, when you start with the foundation of one of our industry-leading brands like Roma, that blank canvas can become a great work of art in that restaurant, right?
Correct. That make from scratch and let the customers design their own crafted sauce.
Yeah, so I think, again, guys, another product different from ready to use, which we explained, right? Unbelievable flavor, no citric acid, California product, a little bit sweeter, naturally occurring acids that are in it because the citric acid's not added. But this is a product you could certainly bring to that creative chef, give them the foundation for the blank canvas Julio mentioned to create an amazing dish. You know, even though I've been cooking for 30 years, right? One of the cool things is when I hang out with somebody like Julio or any of the other great foodies at Performance Foodservice, I get to learn something new. And he would tell me about this kind of combination to make this unbelievable sauce.
We find that a lot of customers like to mix a couple products together. Yeah. So what I see a lot, and I've seen for many years, is they'll take a can of Roma pizza sauce, a can of Luigi ground, and a can of water, and bring those items together between the cleanliness and the fruit, the no citric acid added, and just that sweet product. And then the Luigi ground brings that little bit of chunk, a texture to it. Yeah. And customers like to see that fresh fruit. And then, of course, they reduce the cost because they're adding that can of water and then 2 items together.
I love one of the things I noticed Julio constantly saying is fruit, right? When it comes to tomato, because it is, right? It's a fruit. It's a fruit. It's a fruit itself. I hope y'all got a great secret. I did from Julio as well. That sauce sounds amazing. And that's something you should bring to your customers, some great ideas. We got another one of our industry-leading Italian brands, Ultimo Supreme, Julio.
Yeah, Lonnie, this Ultimo Supreme brand is that we have about 3 items under Ultimo Supreme that are what we call ready to use or right out of the can, ready to go, all spiced and for the customer.
So when the rep sees like RTU, that's ready to use, that means it's all done. Nothing else has to happen to it. They can use it right out of the can.
Another term we might say is fully prepared.
Fully prepared. And there's a bunch of different flavor profiles, if you will, or recipe concoctions, right? What are those?
Yes, we saw customers in certain markets want different products. So we have 3, like I said. We have an Ultimo Supreme. Okay. We have an Ultimo Supreme High Spice. And then we actually have an Ultimo Supreme with domestic Romano cheese in it.
Wow.
So you don't have to add it in.
Right, as in. Yes. So high spice, what does that mean?
A little bit extra spicy. Some areas of the United States like that extra spice or that kick.
So almost like you put like a crushed chili flake, right, when you were cooking it down. A little bit more pepper and specks and stuff like that. So I think the big thing here, when we think of ready to use, right, not every operator is fortunate enough to have a trained executive chef to perfectly execute recipes, right? I like to think of it Ultimo Supreme, it's like having a chef right in the can, right? You just pop it open and it's ready to go.
It's like having their own custom sauce.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
And consistent year in and year out, and multiple units. If you have multi units, you know that your sauce is going to be consistent throughout your restaurant.
Exactly. I mean, the big thing in a restaurant, you want that food to smell, taste, feel the same every day, right? When it goes through, basically. And this allows you to do that. Also, you think about the labor. There's a lot of labor involved when you try to make a product from scratch. Opening up the can, putting that unbelievable product right on top of the pizza, mixing it in with sauce, whatever you want to do, right? With it, it really produces a great product.
One other feature is this is what we call a fresh pack sauce. So it's not made from a concentrate. It is made and designed from a fresh tomato to this fully prepared
Oh,
product.
well, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's
That's
a
a
big
big
deal,
difference.
yes.
So this gives you then a little bit maybe brighter tomato taste,
Correct.
right? Okay, with it. And again, I think the big key things here to think about, there's a lot of different flavor varieties. Can we hit those three again? What are they?
Ultimo high spice, Ultimo Supreme with Romano cheese, and an Ultimo Supreme sauce.
Yeah, and that means we've got something for every palate, for every creative concept that's out there, really for every customer. The other thing we're going to provide with this product, consistency in product, low labor cost, and really there's not a lot of skill involved other than know how to use the can opener, right?
Anybody can get in the pizza business, Lonnie.
Yeah.
You know, can open it right out of the can.
Think about all the customers you have out there that need quality product, consistent product. This is the product to bring to them. Help those customers out today. We've got our Piancone product in front of us. Looks like a fully prepared pizza sauce, huh?
Yeah, yes, Lonnie. This is our first go with this for a Piancone California fully prepared pizza sauce.
Man, I love that. California, I think about that. We've talked about it. Are you talking about the minerals in the soil, higher sugar content going with those tomatoes, no citric acid, right?
We don't add any additional citric acid to this product, so it's going to give you that nice, fresh flavor.
Fresh
would be.
flavor. The other big thing here, this is fully prepared. So what does that mean for the end user?
So ready to use out of the can, you can spoon it out right onto the pizza or right into another. And you know, you're using it as like a made to order or ready to go product.
So it's ready to go, right? That means that I don't need to worry about how trained or untrained my chef may or may not be in my operation. The chef's right here. It's in the Piancone can, right? So this product's going to be of consistency and quality and flavor to your customer, who in turn is going to provide that to their customer.
Right, that's what we want to provide, that ongoing, consistent product.
I tell you what, I'm going to try some of it right now. Let me try a little bit. Let me tell you, the flavor, rich tomato taste, a lot of depth of flavor with that. I'm picking up like a little bit of spice in there.
Very minimum spice. Yeah. We wanted to minimize it so it can encompass more people. Okay. They can then in turn up the spices if they want to.
So I am going to say one thing I kind of taste. It's like a rich olive-like taste to it. Is there olive oil in here?
Yes, we're using 100% extra virgin olive oil. Yes.
So that's not usual, right? I can tell you, extra virgin olive oil, obviously one of the best quality, first pressing, cold pressing, all that good stuff. A lot of people may do blends of oils in cans and stuff like that as well.
Yes, I've seen that in other items, but we wanted to make sure, since it's Piancone, we wanted to make sure the ingredient statement is right on to that premium product. We felt extra virgin brings that representation.
It's unique, right? So big key factors here, 100% ready to use out of the can. We don't need to worry about creativity or skill levels or challenges that could be there at an operator's place. You're bringing that solution in the Piancone can to the operator. We've already done that hard work. The fact that no citric acid, little sweeter tone, California graded product, grown product as well.
Correct.
With it. And then mild spices to it. The extra virgin olive oil is kind of like the kiss on the tomato, right? With it.
You'll finish it right off with that extra virgin, almost like you put it on the pizza at the end as it came out of the oven.
Yeah, it's really got a great taste. And Julie was even saying, if you wanted to, you could add a little stock and stuff if you wanted a little bit thinner sauce. But I tell you, the sauce is perfect right out of here. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of spread right through it. You can see just a great consistency. That's going to be so easy to swirl on that perfect dough to create just the perfect pie.
And then once the heat hits it, it's not going to purge any other additional moisture.
So Piancone, fully prepared pizza sauce, bring that solution to your customer. We're looking at Piancone Epicurea, really kind of top of the top under our Italian brands.
Yes, the Epicurea is that top brand for us.
And this is coming from Italy, right?
Yes, this particular item is a ready-to-use, or what we say, a fully prepared, I guess you could say an Italian marinara sauce.
Yeah, yeah. I have to tell you, Julia, I mean, I wish y'all could actually smell the sauce. When this was opened up, it really reminds me, my grandmother used to cook almost 24 hours of sauce on the stove. You'd get to take the little pieces of bread and dip it to test it out. It really brings those memories back. I mean, it smells unbelievable.
Right, and it's going to bring that a make from scratch if you were using a whole peeled Italian tomato.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we're using Italian fresh basil, Italian garlic. Everything is sourced in Europe, Italy, so it's not gonna. It's gonna bring that unique flavor.
Fully prepared, meaning the can is there. All the hard work's been done. I got to taste it. I tell you, it smells unbelievable, man. Let me see. I'm telling you, the balance of flavor that's in there is like the perfect little nuances of herbs. It's not overpowering. I get to taste just the richness of the tomato and the quality of it coming in from Italy itself. It's unbelievable.
I taste that finish, that nice, clean tomato flavor. That's what we want. It's tomato. It's a tomato sauce.
Yeah, we're missing the bread, right? To dip the bread in and stuff like that to sop it up. It really does remind me of that back home, cooking and stuff. Look, I've cooked 30 years. Obviously, I've made sauce from scratch forever. This product I would proudly utilize and claim it as my own in my restaurant because the quality level is unbelievable. The taste, the color, the aroma, it's really got it all.
Actually, Lonnie, in some of my demonstrations, we've had customers say that, okay, I thought you were going to sell me a fully prepared. No, this is a fully prepared. It came out again. That's the quality that the customer was saying to us. And this is from somebody else. I mean, I was just showing it, and he went...
And you were telling me he thought y'all made the sauce and brought it in. It didn't come out of a can, right?
Yep.
So
he wanted it fully prepared, and we brought him the best one.
You can't beat it, right, at all.
And it is proprietary to Performance. You will not see many, or I have never seen a fully prepared food service Italian marinara sauce.
Yeah, not at this quality level. I'm going to tell you, first thing you think about is bringing an imported, fully prepared product to your customer's door. What an unusual treat that is for you as an associate, right? To bring something like that to them. And the most important thing, you're bringing a memory. Every bite of food that their customer takes is going to be an unbelievable memory of the experience and the meal they had at that person's restaurant. Bring these solutions to your customer. Sell with confidence, knowing that we are the leader in Italian brands and Italian food offerings. We're looking at today our Piancone fully prepared marinara sauce.
Yes, Lonnie, this is an outstanding product of California.
Yeah.
So it's going to be grown in that special California soil that brings that nice sweetness to the...
A little more sugar content because of the minerals. And again, I know we have no citric acid in it at all.
We don't add any additional citric acid. We use a nice clean ingredient. Actually, Lonnie, we even put extra virgin olive oil in this.
Man, let me taste it. I got to taste it, Julie. And I'm looking at it. When I look at it, I see a lot of texture here, right? It's not super smooth. So this is kind of like just a little bit chunkier version, if you will, right?
Kind of like your marinara sauce, where a spaghetti sauce might be smooth. This is going to have that texture, and you're going to actually see that fruit and those particulates that make it that nice, fresh-looking sauce.
I'll tell you, I really can taste the hint of the extra virgin olive oil. It's delicious. The consistency is really nice here. And I think the biggest selling point that you look at, again, is providing that consistency to your customer, right? They open the can, the product is fully prepared, it's ready to go. All they need to do is heat this product up, and they have a signature marinara sauce, probably one of the best on the block, to offer to their customers. That is a huge deal.
Yeah. Nice minimum amount of spices so you don't get that overpowering spice flavor.
Yeah, I just like the idea as a chef for 30 years, consistency. That's a hard thing to achieve in a restaurant. And when Piancone can put a product of this quality in a can, and then Performance Food Service can deliver that quality to the back door of a customer, you're going to have a win every single time. Sell this product with confidence. Focus on the fact that it does not require skill, that it's fully prepared, it's going to give consistency, it's ready to go, no citric acid, California product, a little bit sweeter, right?
Yes.
With it, a little bit chunkier as well, but it's going to fit different styles and profiles of the chefs. This is a winner. Go ahead and win with your customer with the Piancone marinara sauce. We got this great Roma pasta sauce with olive oil and spices we're showing today.
Yes, Lonnie, it's that staple that customers can use. It has multiple uses.
And I'm telling you, right, I can smell here, spice, onion I'm picking up, right, with it. Tell them a little bit about the product, because also it's interesting, it's got a little bit of like an orange tone to it almost, huh?
That's by design. We add a little bit of carrot puree in there. That carrot puree is going to bring out that, lighten up the color, not that bright red, maybe a little bit.
A little bit of sweetness,
yeah, a little
too,
bit,
right?
and a little bit sweetness. That's that natural. It's a natural sugar, right?
I mean, it does not taste like carrot. I don't want y'all to think that at all. But it does have a nice, perfect balanced sweetness to it. I definitely pick up a lot of those classic Italian herbs or spices that are present in it. It's chunky, meaning you can see pieces of onion in here. I can see the speckles of the herbs and the spices that are sitting in it as well. This is a product, again, that customer can open up this can and serve a perfect sauce with every pasta dish that they put out to their customers. And that's a big challenge in a restaurant.
No, nice spaghetti and meatballs, Lonnie.
Yeah.
They just put it on, and if you cooked your protein in this, you really take on some extra flavor.
Look, I'm telling you, if I took this, steamed some clams and mussels with little toasted ciabatta bread, I think we'd all have smiles on our face, right?
Fra Diavolo.
Exactly, right? With it. I'm telling you, unbelievable flavor in this product, a lot of depth of flavor in the product. Perfect balance that's here. It has olive oil, I think, in it as well, right?
Extra virgin olive.
Extra virgin olive oil. So you get a really good tint of that on your palate as well. Focus on the fact, again, fully prepared. Open the can, serve a quality, consistent product to your customer. With every single bite they take, they're going to remember that restaurant that they went to. That's your customer's restaurant. Bring solutions like this, the Roma fully prepared pasta sauce with olive oil and spices, and you'll get the loyalty that you're looking for.
Thank you for taking the time to view the tomato training video for the pizza and Italian segment. While this video provided many insights for selling tomatoes and our distinct brand's difference, we encourage you to also take advantage of the many sales resources available on SharePoint, including the comprehensive tomato catalog, training modules, and several product sell sheets.